Hi everybody, my name is Lou Starita. I'm the owner and dean of Paul Mechele School Boise, Nampa, Richland, and soon Paul Mechele School in Provo, Utah. Today I'm really excited to be with Mechele Duke, who is the owner and stylist of Salon and Spa since 2008. Her salon's been named the top 200 in salon today. She's amazing. You'll get to know a little bit more about her team and what she does, and so with that, I'd like to welcome you, Mechele.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time today to be with us.
Thank you.
And I have a few questions for you. We want to know, how did you get started in the salon industry? What motivated you to do that?
Well, before I did hair, I was managing stinker stations, and I learned a lot about how to deal with people in that job. And I worked there for 10 years, and while I worked there, I went to hair school. And I always wanted to do hair, but it was the proverbial, that's a job that people who aren't smart do. I hate to say it, but my father did say that. He denies it this day. But so I went to school at night in Superior Western, and it was Aveda, and I loved Aveda, and then I got in a salon and I worked there for 10 years doing all the work, and wasn't an owner or anything, but did it for nothing, and loved my clients, loved building people, loved meeting people. I mentored everyone I worked with, even though I had nothing to do with their success personally. And then I had to have a major surgery, and I was out of my work for 5 months, and my people I worked with took care of my clients while I was gone. And then I decided I have more clients than I can do. I need to open a salon. And there was no place I felt I could go that had what I was looking for. So I created it myself. My grandfather, he owned a shop, a diesel shop, and a bar and restaurant in Gooding, Idaho. And my uncle took it over when he died. And then my grandmother, she owned many restaurants in California and in Boston. And so I never realized it, of course, when I was young, but now I knew that I had that entrepreneurial spirit in me. No matter what, I'd be in charge. Like, even when I wasn't in charge, I was still in charge. So I like the challenge of it. And if I don't have that challenge is when I'm floundering. Like, what's the next thing that I need to challenge myself with? So,
there's a few things you said I've got to follow up with now. You were talking about developing people and building people before you were really officially in charge or a leader of them.
Yeah.
What it seems to me you have this sense of like a moral authority.
Yeah. I'd say that, people tell me, but I do it again just innately, that I could see something in someone that I could bring out of them that they may not see in themselves, and I build trust with them. Like, they know they can trust me no matter what. If we were in shark-infested waters, I would save them before I saved myself. And makes me a little teary-eyed. But I would say because of that reason, they trust me. And that means a lot, because our culture is based off of that. And if they don't trust you, they'll never do what you need them to do. They won't. They are stubborn. So, and they have a right to be, because, it's scary out there. So in these walls, it needs to be safe for them to do their best.
I was so impressed when I was looking at your website and scrolling stylist after stylist or whatever position they were in, and they kept going, and I can see that your passion is not only the beauty industry, but even more so people.
Yeah.
You love people, and you want to make them the best that they can. And it's coming back to you. Some of your stylists have been here for years, not months, not a year or two, but many years.
Yeah. I mean, I have, 4 that have been here over 10 years.
Well, question then related to that. When you're hiring somebody new, what are you looking for? What are the keys? Knowing what you know, because you've been at this for 24 years.
Yes.
What are the things that you look for to determine if they're going to be successful? Not only in your salon, which is probably the most important, but just generally successful.
I would say that I look for character. That's probably the most thing that I look for is character and coachability, to be able to be coached, to be more than they start out at. They have a certain level of skill, and I know if they can be coachable to build upon that skill and willingness to do it, soak it all in and say, yes, I'm going to do this. The people who think they already know it all are going to have a harder time, because I still don't know it all. 24 years, I'm still learning. I would say honesty, dependability, being able to collaborate, having the desire to be the best at what you're doing, speaking your words of truth, being able to always educate yourself, having a moral compass about who you are as a person and not deviating really from that. Everyone develop as an individual within a community, as a team. So the team is first, but you get to be an individual in that team.
Yeah. And I think that's so amazing when you talk about, because I think it's a decision people have to make. Do you want to be part of a team?
Yes.
Or do you want to go about this yourself?
Yes.
And sometimes that can seem alluring to be by yourself, and maybe it is, and maybe that's a good fit for some others, but I think generally speaking, we're social in our industry.
Well, we are.
And we help each other,
We've had tribes for the test of time, right? I mean, just to survive, you will always go further in a group than you will as an individual.
Right.
So no matter what people think, if you go together, you will go further. And because it takes multiple people to get people there. I've leased, I've done that before. And I did it successfully, and I was still like $700 in the hole every month.
Really?
Yes. And I did
Why?
clients back to back, because your profit that you can bring into that is so limited. Your overhead is not shared by everyone.
Right.
And in a team, it's shared. So you can make more money. I mean, we have people here that bring in 6 figures. So
I love hearing. So you can own a house, you can own a car,
They all do.
and be part of a team.
yes.
With a commission or team-based, whatever the
Yes.
system is.
Yep. We have health insurance. We have, I pay for education for them. We have PTO, paid time off. And I feel like if I take care of the people, the business will take care of itself. They're my customers. All of the staff are my customers. So I take care of them like I take care of my customers.
So you just kind of got here overnight, right? You decided you're going to own a business, you're going to go to beauty school, own a business, and it just happened like that. No challenges, no problems, and that's the way life works, right?
Well, it takes grit. It takes doing the stuff that nobody wants to do. It takes time away from your family and sacrifice. And really, how much pain do you want to go through to get to where you want to go? Because there's a lot. But it's rewarding. I mean, there is a payoff, and that payoff is that you get to share with others what they could be and do better at, and they can. I mean, I have lots of my employees that say I never thought I could have a life like I do. I mean, they thought it in their mind. No matter whether their parents had good lives or their parents did well, they didn't think they would. And so when you create an environment where they can thrive, then I think you're doing the right thing. But I question it all the time. Like I am always trying to do better. It's never enough for me. Never enough. People always say, "When's it gonna be?" It's never enough. For me as a leader, I have worked on it for 11 years owning this business to be a better leader. Because I wasn't always a great leader in the beginning. You know, I thought you built it, they'd come, everyone's great, kumbaya. No, they come, but they all have their own ideas how the business should run. So if you don't create the culture will be created for you. Yeah.
Where you were and where you're at today, it sounds like a lot of how you developed was through learning on the job and trials. Is there anything else that you did to help you get to
I
where
read a
you're at
ton of
now?
books. Like I'm like a self-help book addict.
Really?
So
Yeah.
right now I'm reading 3 books right now at the same time. So you know, I went to college for business management at CSI and Twin, and you know, college was never that exciting to me. I'm like, I want to go learn the job I'm going to do that job really well, and you know, and that's not really how it works out. So I decided I'm not doing that. So but I regret that, because had I stuck with that, I probably wouldn't have to read so many damn books. But I'm a bookaholic. You know, I'm reading the Brene Brown. I'm reading the Simon Sinek. I got 2 of his right now that I'm reading about Leaders Eat Last. And innately I did these things without knowing that people wrote books about them. I just maybe didn't do it as well. So I had to figure out how do I take this team and, you know, again, get top 200 salon, you know, and putting yourself out there and being vulnerable to that is hard.
Thank you for taking time today to be with us.
Thank you.